Key West road trip, day 1. To drive from Orlando down to Key West takes about 7 hours. Or if you fly like we did, it's about a 50-minute flight. We flew down with Allegiant Air via the Orlando Sanford Airport. We are staying in what is called Newtown, Key West at the Hilton Garden Inn. So we just checked into the hotel where we're staying down here in Key West. The first thing we're going to do is the Key West Old Town Trolley tour.
Yes, kind of get a lay of the land, you know, where everything's at.
Yes. There are 13 stops on this trolley tour. We can get on and off at each stop as we wish, but for the first go around, we're just going to take a lap. Not going to get off anywhere. See where everything is, learn the lay of the land, and then eventually we'll get back on the trolley and go to specific destinations. One lap around will take about 90 minutes, but we will be well educated afterwards.
Officially reached the end of the road. 0 happens to be the most stolen sign in Key West, Florida, too, folks.
Okay, now that we have the lay of the land, let's go ahead and start knocking off some of these must-dos. And with the trolley tour, it was informative. We did learn a lot. I don't think we discovered anything that wasn't already on our must-dos.
That's true. But it was nice to see where everything was,
yes,
right? You know,
yes,
to
exactly.
kind of, you know, get the stops that we need to be aware of.
Yeah.
So that was good.
Are you ready to start knocking out some of these must-dos?
Yes, for sure.
Located in Mallory Square, a must-do, the Shipwreck Museum. Today, at least, because prices may vary, 2 tickets for the Shipwreck Museum were $33.98, though we did have a little coupon from our trolley tour. An authentic silver bar, lifted if you dare, 64 pounds of treasure. I think I can lift it.
You did it.
I can lift it, I just can't take it with me. Oh, look at that. 64 pounds of silver I'm holding, honey.
That's pretty good.
Wanna give it a try?
Sure.
Don't hurt your back. Can you get it? Yeah, see?
Hold on. I got it. I got it. Don't drop it on your fingers.
Lots of cool artifacts retrieved from shipwrecks in here. Strangely enough, I mean, it's a shipwreck museum.
Yes.
Shouldn't be surprised by that, Nikki.
Yes, from porcelain to gold to silver bars to anchors to it's one amazing like thing after another in here.
And here's your 360 on top of the tower. Ta-da! A fine museum, Nikki.
Arg!
But you know the most important thing I learned through that museum tour?
What did you learn?
What do you call something trembling and shaking at the bottom of an ocean?
I don't know, Rick.
A nervous wreck. The most mustly of the must-dos. Grab yourself some key lime pie down here in Key West. Lots of places to choose from when it comes to key lime pie here in Key West. We are going to recommend Kermit's. One slice of key lime pie, $5.99. A whole pie for 28 bucks. Check that off the list, Nikki. Key lime pie in Key West.
Best ever. Like ever. Oh my gosh. Normally I'll have like key lime cheesecake because I don't like a key lime pie being like too tart. But this is just like a super creamy, decadent, delicious. Like we can only share one because I mean it was just
decadent.
So yeah.
Good word for it.
So rich. It was amazing.
Now here's the thing, we do not know every key lime pie in Key West.
Right.
But this place was recommended to us by several people. That's why we chose this one.
Yes.
I will give you guys a little clue, or a little hint. Key lime pie is not green.
No.
There's a lot of green associated with the marketing and such, But if someone gives you a slice of key lime pie and it's green, they gave you the wrong stuff. Okay? just note that, please. But delicious pie.
Oh, it was amazing.
It won't be the last we have on this trip.
I was gonna say, I want to come back tomorrow.
But they have other things in there, like key lime flavor, like even key lime doggy treats.
I know, I was this close to getting them for Winnie, but she's overweight, so.
And I think, do they have a full menu there? Like you can order food there too,
yes,
I think.
Yeah, it's the key lime kitchen, I think
Yeah.
that's what it was. So, and it smells delicious in there, oh my gosh.
Must do. I would not say it's a must do, but it's a, you might as well do. A picture by mile marker 0. Must do. The Little White House. Truman's Little White House, built in 1890. President Harry S. Truman used this house for 175 days during his administration of 1945 to 1953. He spent 11 working vacations here. And parked outside, a 1950 Lincoln presidential limousine. So no video inside of the tour, but we were allowed to take pictures, and I took lots of pictures.
It was fantastic. It was such a great tour, so informative. And then our tour guide was an old social studies teacher, and he did such a great job. So like energetic and
enthusiastic,
and you could
knowledgeable,
and the love and the passion behind this place.
Yeah, he made the tour really like interesting and fun. It was just fascinating, like every room.
Yes.
And all the stories that Chet, our tour guide, told us.
Yes, exactly. Very engaging. Good job, Chet. I did see some pieces of furniture that I swear were very similar to like my mom and my grandma's furniture that I still own today.
Yes.
I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, I have to take a picture of this. This is just like the table we have.
That piece that's in Truman's living room, right?
Yes, and we both got pictures of it.
Yeah.
So we'll probably put it up so you can see it. Yeah.
Very anyway, I would have to say one of my favorite historical tours that I've ever been on.
Yeah.
So a must do.
A must do.
Key West road trip, day 2. A Key West must do is certainly to visit the Cuban Coffee Queen. Since we're here in the morning, we're going to grab a coffee and a breakfast sandwich, but if it's lunchtime, grab yourself a lunch sandwich. And if you're not hungry or thirsty, then you must take a picture or a selfie here at the Key West mural. For $8.50, this is the egg and cheese, 2 eggs, American cheese on pressed Cuban bread. All done with our coffee and breakfast. I love my egg and cheese sandwich on Cuban bread. We love Cuban bread.
It was lightly toasted too, so right?
And not a bad price for $8.50 because it's cut in half. It's shareable.
It is. I took a couple bites. I was trying to not eat too much gluten. So, but yeah, it was delicious what I had.
I ate most of it.
You did. You ate a lot of it,
but
yes.
I would have been willing to share half of it with you, Nikki.
Oh, well, you're sweet.
And what was your coffee?
So mine was a coffee con leche, so it was an iced coffee and I had vanilla in it. But the cool part is that when you get an iced coffee, the ice cubes are coffee ice cubes. So that's really cool. And then I loved it so much that I was like, well, I always take a shot of like ginger and turmeric in the morning. They have that here too. So this is the turmeric ginger like shot with milk. Yeah, and I got it cold too. So yeah, I loved it so much I had to come back for more.
Your coffee I think was $5.75.
Yes, and this is like $6 something
after tax, right? For that.
Yeah.
So I think the pricing is pretty good. And it was delicious.
It was
tasty. You're a traitor for not drinking Mummy coffee. That's why I didn't get the coffee. I have my own coffee company.
Oh no!
Mummy Coffee Company. Link in the description box. And we did get our selfie over there by the wall. Check out this cool truck we had in the background for that little talk about the Cuban Coffee Queen. Chickens are protected here. Even some baby chicks down there, but chickens are protected in the Keys. They have free range of anything here. Do not mess with the chickens. I'm not kidding. That's the law. Our next must-do is actually on the opposite side of the island. We could walk there in about 30-35 minutes, I think, but there is a free city bus service that will drop us off there. So we're gonna save some wear and tear on the sneakers today and take that free city bus. Okay, we're on Key West city transportation. Well, that was a nice little air-conditioned public bus ride to the southernmost point, which is our next destination. But first, the public transportation, Nikki.
Yes, it was very convenient and very nice to go from one point to the other without having to walk.
And I will point out, since we're talking about points, we are doing this trip basically not renting anything.
No.
No car, because we flew down.
Right.
No bikes, no scooters, nothing like that. We take the hotel shuttle to Old Town, and then we either walk around or we'll be taking the city bus.
Exactly.
Now let's go show you this other must-do. Because I think we made our point about public transportation. So there is the southernmost buoy. That's the line for it. I've seen longer. The line for Hagrid's right now, way longer than the line for the buoy. Now you don't have to like take your picture right here by it. If you don't mind, you know, having someone in your photo, you could just stand like right here and do a selfie, but then you would have other people in your photo. See, like Nikki's doing right now. Selfie there with the buoy. Actually, no one was in it. Ooh, she got lucky. Well, I was trying to make a point about doing this selfie style and having people in your background. But Nikki is so good, so talented, she did it without anyone in the background.
I timed it perfectly, actually.
But anyway, this is a little cheat if you don't want to wait in the line. We're not going to take the bus back. We're going to walk Duval Street, which is the main thoroughfare. It connects the Atlantic Ocean there with the Gulf of Mexico down that way. And we're going to hit up a few spots along the way. Despite the convenience of the public transportation bus, I think Nikki got a little seasick.
Well, a little motion sickness from the bus rides. Yeah, the two that we took. A little sick. That's okay though. I can work my way through it.
Like we said, we didn't drive down. We're not renting a car. We're not renting scooters. We're not riding bikes. The thing about a car, if you drive your own car or if you rent a car, parking is very, very limited here. And a lot of it is designated for locals only. So that's an issue with having a car, but I think we're going to be able to do it our way without renting any type of transportation. Actually, our next two must-dos are not on Duval Street. So we had to cut over here to Whitehead. There are 88 steps to the observation platform. There is no elevator. This lighthouse was constructed in 1847. We'll be able to see the entire island plus 7 to 8 miles out to sea. At the 100-foot height of the lighthouse, the horizon will be 13.2 miles away. We will not be able to see Cuba. Admission is $17 for adults, $13 for senior, local, college ID, retired military, 7 to 18 years old, $9, children under 7 free, active military also free. Good thing we saved some steps today by taking that bus, Nikki.
Yes, because we are about to walk up 88 steps to the top of the lighthouse.
But before we do that, look at this tree behind us.
I know, the banyan tree. Oh my gosh, it's just gorgeous.
There are a lot of these on the island. Now, stop stalling. Let's get our steps in. It is a spiral staircase. A stairway to heaven. Here's a look from above. I'm doing my best not to breathe hard. Here's the other side. We can still hear plenty of roosters crowing. Also, from this point of view, that's going to be our next destination, the Hemingway house. And there's the top of the tree we just saw. We believe this is a banyan tree. That's the top. The more interesting view is the bottom, right? Just as a point of reference, excuse the wind noise, it's breezy up here, which is welcoming. That way is where we were at for the buoy. We're done looking around now, but we're not done resting from the climb up. Let's look a little more, honey.
Okay.
That's the roof of the Hemingway, and we think a line is forming already. So, you know what, enough rest. Let's walk down the steps now, carefully. Going down a little easier, gravity assisted, but not too much assistance, please. as in falling. Before we go over to Hemingway's, part of this complex is the Lighthouse Keepers Museum, so we'll step in there for a moment. Just what you've been looking for, Nikki. Do you know how to tie these knots?
I can learn.
Well, these are practical and basically artwork as well. Lighthouse lenses. Oh my goodness, look at this one. It's huge. On to the Hemingway house, but before we get to the Hemingway house, we have the Hemingway wall. He built this himself, brick by brick. $17 for adults, $8 for kids. You can wait for a guided tour or wander around the house yourself, and that's what we're gonna do. Hemingway said this pool almost broke him. The city refused the request to use dynamite to dig it out, so it had to be dug out with hand picks and sledgehammers. There was no fresh water on the island, so they had to drill down to the saltwater table to have water pumped into the pool. This cute little water feeder for the cats that you're looking at is actually a urinal from the original Sloppy Joe's location. When they closed down the original, the owner said they could take anything they wanted, and Hemingway ripped out this urinal saying, "I pissed away enough money at this place, I feel like this is mine," or something to that effect. We had a great time walking and exploring the Hemingway house. In addition, we did walk around the garden or the yard, which looks amazing as well. I didn't video much of that, but the yard itself amazing with a lot of cats. What kind of cats, Nikki?
They're polydactyl cats, so they are 6-toed cats. And there's a lot of them. They're so cute. I got a bunch of pictures.
But there's more Hemingway fun than just Sloppy Joe's and his home.
Right.
What else? What else, Nikki?
So they have a look-alike contest every year, and the winner gets to ride a mechanical bull down the streets. They actually shut down the streets, and he rides the bull through the streets. And I guess it has to do with
well, he rode bulls in Spain, didn't he?
He rode bulls in Spain, so very cool.
Couple final thoughts on that, Nikki.
Okay.
I guess you could say that house is the cat's meow.
It's not a catastrophe.
No, it wasn't. Time for a drink at what I think is the best bar here on Duval. It's a place where everyone knows my name.
My name is Zach. I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Cheers out there, everybody. Welcome to Reef.
Not sure what I just had. It was delicious. I just said, "What do you recommend?" And she gave me something that had whiskey, some strawberry something, some sour, and some soda. For some seafood in Old Town. You'll see why I make that distinction later in the video. But for Old Town, the Conch Republic Seafood Company. We're going to eat here right now. We are sitting inside, but we do have a view of the water. All right, we have a big menu. I am not going to go through everything. I'm just going to show you what we got. For me, it's the bacon-wrapped stuffed shrimp. Jumbo shrimp stuffed with their signature lump crab mixture, wrapped in applewood smoked bacon, and finished with Korean barbecue glaze and pineapple salsa. Served with island rice and chef's fresh vegetables for $34. And Nikki has the lobster bisque. a bowl of smooth and creamy Caribbean spiny lobster bisque for $13. And for $20, the crack conch. Transport your taste buds with this Caribbean delicacy of tenderized queen conch flash fried with their signature orange horseradish marmalade. All done with lunch, and like we sort of expected, this being in the Old Town section of Key West, kind of more of a tourist type of dining establishment. Mine was actually pretty good though. How can it not be good? It's applewood bacon, excuse me Rooster, applewood bacon and Korean barbecue sauce, which I love all that, so mine could not help but be good. Nikki's on the other hand,
I wouldn't come back.
no.
No, it was like literally yesterday we got like freshly fried conch from like right outside of the Shipwreck.
We're gonna show you that in a minute.
Oh my gosh, so much better.
Okay.
This was cold. I thought it was completely overpriced, and I would not come back here.
Okay.
It's not my recommendation at all.
But what we will do, since the conch fritters she had the other day were some of the best she's ever had,
Yes.
we'll show you those in just a moment. But first, for all you parrot heads out there, that is Jimmy Buffett's recording studio right there with all the stickers. And on the way to show you Nikki's favorite conch fritters, we're gonna try a different key lime place. There's Kermit's key lime shop. Ate there the other day. Now, just down this sidewalk. Just 3 blocks away from Kermit's is the Key West Key Lime Pie Company. Let's try this one. Holy smokes, this is the one from The Prophet. I saw this episode.
Me too.
$5.49 for Nikki's slice here. Here's our slice. What did you notice about this, Nikki?
So they cut it fresh, and then they put the whipped cream on top fresh too. It was pretty cool, I thought.
Let's give it a try. It's a pie eating contest,
For sure.
but not the kind you think of.
No.
So let's compare. What did you think of the Key Lime Pie Company?
Okay, so I liked the crust better here, but the only, I guess, critique is that it's almost too thin.
I would
right?
agree. I like the crust better, but it needs to be thicker.
Yes, but I will say I do like Kermit's better.
Oh, so the filling
The
you like
filling.
better over there.
Yep.
I'm going to disagree.
Really, I mean, it's definitely more tangy, more tart of a key lime, which might be more traditional, but I like the creamier one over there.
If I'm being honest, and I am, if I had both slices in front of me, I would choose the Key Lime Pie Company over Kermit's.
Really, and I would do the opposite. I would
just-
say Kermit's over the key lime pie.
I just wish the crust was thicker. It'd be
Yeah.
perfect for me then.
Well, there you go.
What did you say as soon as I turned off the camera?
I want to go back over to Kermit's now.
Do you really want to? We can.
Yeah, I might get it to go.
Okay, we're on vacation, why not?
Why not?
All right, back at Kermit's. This is for later, but I think she's gonna let me have a bite right now to make a definitive decision. And in a moment, we will have the final answer for you. I had one bite. She ate the whole thing. So I think we know her answer. Which one do you like better?
I like this one better. It's a bit creamier, but the other one, I don't know.
Hey, what's up?
They're both delicious.
Okay, it's really, really super close. I think I slightly prefer the Key Lime Pie Company, but it's so close, like you can't make a wrong decision. Go with either one. Here's a must-do, some rum tasting at the Key West First Legal Rum Distillery. Nikki has been looking forward to this. A free tour just started, so we're gonna jump right into it.
If you're not familiar with the salt-cured barrels, everybody else uses fresh water. Essentially, the wood's going to absorb that water. It's going to expand a little bit. Nothing's going to leak out of the barrel. We use the seawater, so it does that. It expands the wood, but it does 2 other things as well. When it dries, it leaves a salty crust on the inside. It lowers the acidity.
Here comes 160 proof in the palm of her hand.
We're going to bring it down to
And that was our quick 20-minute tour. Now, we're gonna do some tasting.
Filter, 2 of them.
Yep.
Cameraman.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And Nikki is just reading the board and going through the list here. So Nikki is just reading the board and going through each one. Bad Bitch Blonde, green coconut, vanilla brulee, glazed pineapple, real key lime. She's just doing them all. So of the ones Nikki has tried, which is almost all of them now, her favorites are the coconut and the pineapple. But of course, for me, I just happen to love the Bad Bitch. All done with the rum tasting.
Yeah, I was excited that we, like, as soon as we walked up, they had, like, just started the tour. They're like, come in, take the tour.
That was nice.
Yeah, it was really cool.
I told everyone your favorites were the pineapple and the coconut.
Yes.
And of course, I told them I really loved the Bad Bitch. I loved it for years.
It reminds me of my friend Declan.
It
yep,
is.
that's her, like, code name is Bad Bitch.
Let's go catch the bus.
Okay.
Back to the hotel.
That was so good. I'm ready for a nap now.
Wait, I promised to tell you where the best conch fritters are. Remember the old Shipwreck Treasures Museum? Right over here. Key West conch fritters. This little food kiosk. That's where the best conch fritters are, according to Nikki. There's Nikki, just sitting in a chair, some random chair, waiting for the hotel shuttle. Key West road trip day 3, which for us is going to be a reef snorkel day. When in Key West, you are surrounded by beautiful water. We do recommend that you do some type of water activity. There's plenty of fishing charters. You can rent boats, you can do jet skiing, parasailing. Just do something water related. All right, we are getting ready to board. So we'll sail out about 1 hour and then we'll get to snorkel.
Some way somehow, and right about now you're feeling so damn good to me, and I believe, yeah, I see a future in your heart, and right from the start I felt that fire. You know it takes me higher. Oh, share yourself with me, you're the one I need. Make my heart bleed with your love and squeeze. Share yourself with me, you're the one I need. Make my heart bleed with your love and squeeze.
Made it back on the boat with no incidents.
Because I did the filming.
And when we get back on board, the bar is open. Everyone is accounted for, so we're gonna pull anchor and head back into shore. Next stop, St. Potato. And if we get lost, we'll just pull in somewheres and ask for directions. For the trip back, we're gonna raise the sail. We have a team of volunteers to raise the sail. Waiting for the captain's orders.
Just like that, get the momentum going. It's like, there we go. I know, right? We're almost halfway.
Almost half. He's joking. Maybe they are just halfway. One more good pull. Hey, they got it. They did it. We're sailing. Come sail away. Come sail away. Come sail away with me. Our sister ship's doing the same thing. You know what we need now?
What?
To make good time? John Candy's shorts.
Oh my gosh, from Summer Rental!
Yes.
That was awesome!
Okay, we are back on dry land after our snorkel adventure. Now, unfortunately for us, we had some windy weather and some bad currents.
Yes.
So they could not take us to like the main reef. So that was the secondary location. Still a lot of fun.
Yeah, still saw some, you know, some cool fishies and saw some coral and stuff like that. So yeah, it was a blast.
Yeah, water felt great as
did.
always.
It did, yeah. I mean, because it is even warmer than like spring water.
Yeah, it was for us.
Yeah, so
they said it was like 69, 70 degrees, but it wasn't.
Nah.
I think maybe they were just trying to get some wetsuit rentals.
maybe.
Yeah,
maybe.
Wetsuit was not necessary.
No, not at all. I think my favorite part too was, which I thoroughly appreciated, was the fresh water, be able to rinse like with a hose afterwards, because I had salt water like in my eyes and stuff. But
so it was
it was a blast.
Yeah, a fun ride out and a sailing back.
Oh, I love the sailback. The sailback was great.
Yeah, just enjoying the view of all the beautiful water of the Florida Straits.
Yeah, the different colored blues.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, just amazing.
So we always recommend some type of water activity.
Yes.
Whether you're charting a boat to go like deep sea fishing or doing a snorkel like we did, do something on the water. The Florida Straits connecting the Gulf and the Atlantic Ocean. Phenomenal. Beautiful.
Yeah, highly recommend this company, the Fury.
They do a lot of different water sports.
They sure do.
Water activities, excursions.
Totally professional, just a lot of fun. You know, they made it light and happy. It was great.
Yeah, we had a lot of people on ours that were from the cruise ship.
Yes, yeah, for sure.
So, but anyway, yeah, you just highly recommend in Key West, plan for some water activities. Get out there on that beautiful water. We made a quick stop just for a bite of pizza. Now, we've done this a few times, a couple times already.
Right.
We haven't shown it because the pizza has not been worth mentioning.
Exactly.
However, Duetto's here. This is some good pizza.
Well, and I'm just looking up at the sign. It's a TripAdvisor recommendation.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's on. What street is this?
It's off Duval. It's not on Duval. It's on Ann, which is just you walk over from Duval. But anyway, the best pizza we've had on this island.
Yes, and they have gelato too.
Can't go wrong.
No, that's next.
Just a few hours later, our for real dinner at the original Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville, just because we have to. We're here in Key West. I have to get a cheeseburger in paradise. No menu needed for us. All done with our must-do dinner at the original Jimmy Buffett's. Is it better than the one in Orlando? Yes. You know why?
Why?
Just because it's the original. Just because it's in Key West.
It's got a great vibe.
It does. All the aesthetics in there.
Yeah.
Love it.
All the murals and stuff. So great.
The way it looks like you're like walking down Duval Street almost.
Yeah, right?
With little house facades and everything.
It's true. That's cool. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. I like it.
It's the atmosphere. And when you step outside of it, you're on Duval Street.
That's right.
So it's just better that way. It's just
better.
It's just better down here in the Keys. And speaking of Duval Street, we haven't mentioned this, but the nightlife. Things transform around here once the sun goes down until about 4 a.m. I think is when the last bar closes. So if you want to party, you want to drink, have a good time, Duval after dark. And you know what happens right before dark, Nikki?
What?
Sunset. The big spot to watch sunset here, especially for tourists, is Mallory Square because they have entertainment and little shopping booths and food and psychic readings, just a lot happening there besides the sunset.
Right.
But the locals like to go to the Truman Annex.
Yes.
It's a quieter spot, still enjoy the same sunset. Or, Nikki, I'm gonna take you on this little yacht here.
Tiny little.
Just that little boat. And we'll go watch the sunset. What do you say to that?
Okay. I'm up for that.
Well, that ain't gonna happen. I was lying. You called my bluff. But Mallory Square is a must-do, or like I said, the Truman Annex.
Oh my goodness.